Welcome, this is Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute awesome package that comprises brand news, branding focus and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth analysis aimed at promoting the brand idea. I am Oluwabukola Moni. Stay tuned.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
We begin with brand news, where we bring you the latest development around brands and in the field of marketing and advertising in Nigeria and around the world. Now on brand news. Following the legal action against the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ACAN, by the Advertisers Association of Nigeria, ADVAN, under the leadership of its president, Osamede Uwubawen, over what it described as a breach of the constitutional and legal rights of its members. Dr. Olaleko Fadolapo, the Director General of ACAN, has issued a response challenging ADVAN on the attacks over its administration's industry reforms. Fadolapo said it was more of a personal attack on his person, as ADVAN wants him to step down. The ACAN DG made it clear in a statement that this was the third time ADVAN was threatening to take ACAN to court over industry reforms, noting that the attacks started again immediately after his reappointment as the Director General of the apex regulatory body. Recent data from KPMG has shown that Nigeria emerged second position after South Africa as the leading destination for mergers and acquisition deals in sub-Saharan Africa. According to the report, this is an indication that South Africa surpassed Nigeria in attracting foreign investment and capital. The report, titled Doing Deals in Sub-Saharan Africa, analyzed the volume of deals, the macroeconomic state of the region, and its attractiveness to global investors. It stated that out of the top 10 mega deals in the region, 5 were conducted in South Africa, while Nigeria accounted for 2. The survey conducted by KPMG also revealed that 50% of respondents favored South Africa as the top destination for future investment, followed by Nigeria with 30% of the votes. It was an exceptional and exciting evening of rewarding and celebrating entrepreneurial spirit as 20 women out of 40 finalists smiled all as beneficiaries of a whopping sum of 2 million naira in advertising value at the 2023 edition of Nimbus Aid Project. Delivering his welcome address, the Chief Executive Officer of Nimbus Media Limited, Wale Adekoke, reiterates that Nimbus is committed to supporting women-led businesses with advertising value that will help boost the visibility of their businesses.
We are each other's greatest allies, and it's within our communities that we find strength and support. Indeed, if we look inward and around us, we will find that we have everything we need.
The keynote speaker, Uche Uzoebo, Chief Stakeholder Engagement Officer, SANEF Nigeria, while focusing on the theme, Building Sustainable and Inclusive Business Ecosystem, noted that empowering women-led businesses is a catalyst for economic growth, innovation, and sustainability.
As we progress through this journey, remember that each and every one of you, us, me inclusive, has a vital role to play. Whether you're a CEO of a multinational corporation, a small business owner, a governmental official, or an individual passionate about change, your actions matter. You are the architect of the new ecosystem.
There was a panel discussion session where innovative thinking businesswomen entrepreneurs gave valuable insights on the theme, enhancing credibility and market expansion for women-led businesses. Some of the winners expressed their profound gratitude to Nimbus Media Limited.
It's been a journey with the applications. We're coming to, 20 out of 871 applications. It just shows you what Nimbus was trying to do. We appreciate them and we're super grateful for this opportunity.
Moments like this shows you the opportunity, telling you that, you need to keep going. So this is the right sign. So I want to thank you guys. I know it was a lot of work getting us to this point, but I just want to thank you. Thank you for supporting women in business. Very critical to the growth of our country and the growth of our continent as a whole.
So they have for a whole year to make use of the 2 million naira worth of advertising on Nimbus platform. And then there's also a lot of vibrant PR with yourselves, Marketing Edge, and other partners like Tech Cabal, Tech Point, New Central TV. So this involves storytelling, and these businesses are going to have opportunity to immerse themselves in storytelling, which is actually the backbone of business.
Though this year's edition of Nimbus 8 project might have come and gone, its valuable impact is one that will linger for a long time in the hearts of the beneficiaries. Shola Akinsiku has emerged president of the Out-of-Home Advertising Association of Nigeria alongside other executive members. The newly elected EXCO will be heading the association in another transitional journey for the next 2 years. The appointed executives emerge unopposed in their various positions. The elected officials include Mr. Omo Abonene, who was formerly an ex-official of the association, now the vice president, Mr. Churchill Nwagu as general secretary, Mrs. Adiola Odesanya as assistant general secretary, Mr. Babs Fagade as publicity secretary, and Mr. Chinweuba Nwagu as treasurer. This happened at the association's just concluded 38th annual general meeting themed The Economic Outlook in a Transition Year, held in Asaba, the Delta State capital. That was brand news. Next is Branding Focus, right after the break.
Number 1001 reason to love Golden Penny pasta. It is rich in protein. And number 1002, it contains fiber. Number 1003, it tastes great. Mommy, does it end? No, my darling, it doesn't. So you see, beyond the taste, there are so many reasons for you to love your Golden Penny pasta.
Golden Penny pasta is a great meal for you and your family, giving you a delicious taste with great nutrients. So go ahead, enjoy Golden Penny pasta and find more reasons to love it.
Reason 1004, it slops.
Golden Penny pasta, great taste, good nutrition.
Oh, the only detergent that keeps me bright and fresh. Bana bata lokaci a wurin wanki. Viva mafi inganci. Ito da sakwa hirin netin yo mere viva, chiri viva. Maswa koko atowo renu lo viva. Viva, oh viva. Ina some viva. Opu yuiche, viva. Omiro viva titila. Viva, oh viva. Ina some viva. Opu yuiche, viva. Omiro viva titila. Viva, oh viva. Ina some viva. Opu yuiche, viva. I love my viva forever.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
Now on Branding Focus. The year 2023 is speeding on the final lap, and much of the global market's gains have been driven by big tech. For instance, Alphabet, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla shares have risen 48, 32, 184, and 100% respectively, with the rest of the market flocking to big tech. However, while these big tech companies are playing leading and strategic roles in the S&P 500, Coca-Cola, though down 9% year-to-date on the global stock market, maintains a compelling status. According to Statista, Coca-Cola has a global brand value of over 89 billion US dollars and has invested over 4 billion US dollars in advertising spending in recent years. This investment has continued to bolster its valuation appeal in all marketing ramifications. What's more, Coca-Cola, with dozens of billion-dollar brands on its stable and a global distribution network that reaches billions of customers daily, provides drinks for many of the world's biggest quick-service restaurant chains. Put simply, this established position has major business partners to restaurants, grocery stores, and convenience stores around the world means that Coca-Cola is a cornerstone to many businesses' sales and profitability. As a result, many businesses around the world depend on Coca-Cola to sell high volumes of high-margin beverages with the unrelenting consistencies their customers demand. In fact, businesses need Coca-Cola virtually in every type of economy. Also, Coca-Cola HBC, a strategic bottling partner of the Coca-Cola Company, bottles and sells beverages exclusively in 29 markets. It also partners with other beverage businesses such as Monster Energy, Earthington, Brown-Forman, and Campari to sell their products. At the global stock market, Coca-Cola stock is about half as volatile as the overall market. It has a low beta because the market simply has a higher degree of confidence in Coca-Cola's durability compared to many other stocks. So its stock has become a very attractive investment relative to the perceived underlying risk. Coca-Cola's scaled distribution and strong marketing mix, combined with its cornerstone status and low level of volatility compared to the S&P 500, makes it an exceptionally compelling global brand. That was Branding Focus. We move to Industry Conversation, where we have discussions with industry thought leaders who have distinguished themselves in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business. Today, we'll be having the concluding part of our conversation with the Managing Director and CEO of Double One PLC, Mr. Tunji Oyebanji, right after the break.
Yes, the Alert 545 promo is here again. Now, even more explosive than ever before. Over 90 million naira to be won. You can't afford to miss this season of excitement. To qualify, fund your account with 5,000 naira. Maintain an average account balance of at least 5,000 naira monthly. Make a minimum of 5 transactions monthly on Alert or star 945 hash. And just like that, you could be 1 million naira richer. So, download Alert today or transact without internet on star 945 hash anytime, anywhere. Terms and conditions apply. Wema Bank, with you all the way.
When great minds meet, great ideas inspire and transform a great nation. Yes, wherever you are, National Advertising Conference is back.
So, join us. Let's share emerging perspectives on how brand narratives are developing talents, inspiring alternatives, and supporting a more creative economy. Theme: Marketing Communication as an enabler of national transformation.
Yes, Abuja will be on standstill from December 6th to 8th, 2023. Venue: International Conference Center, Abuja. Time: 9 a.m. each day.
Register at www.nationaladvertisingconference.com.
National Advertising Conference 2023. Let's engage marketing communications for national transformation.
Turn up, let's turn the nation around.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the bright idea.
So, as this year is coming to an end, what are the trends that you foresee, to take shape in the next year in 2024?
Well, hopefully, first and foremost, we will go to a full competitive environment where everybody will be able to import. So I expect to see a lot more marketing efforts to come into place. I expect to see a lot more adoption of technology. Already, there's technology in the sense that I can sit at my office now and determine what quantity of product has been sold by this station or that station. I can determine what inventory of products is available to sell from that station, because I have access through technology to the operations in the station. Payment methods, you begin to see people being to already now, so much of our sales, people are paying with cards, as opposed to in the past where it was mainly by cash. So I would say you begin to see a lot more introduction of technology, driven primarily by the need to monitor what is happening at stations, but also to improve efficiency, uh, to improve the customer experience so that customers have it easier to make payments, uh, to even communicate with the brand owners. Things like people are developing apps now whereby you can actually complain if you have an issue. So I think many more such developments will come into play in the coming year.
Okay, great. So let's talk about e-commerce. I know that you have been in the retailing space for for a long time. Now, how would you assess the growth and emergence of e-commerce?
It's, I think, growing by leaps and bounds every day. I think I gave the example of the payment system. When I started, there was only cash payments. There was no other option. Today, you can pay by card, you can pay by electronic vouchers. So that is one of the developments. Uh, Also, many years ago, you didn't have things like electronic pumps. Today, you have pumps whereby you can actually, I can actually change the price on the pump just from my office on the computer. The price signs where you see the price, today they are electronic. So again, I can sit
Changes
in the
immediately.
office and change the price. Before, those things used to be very much manual and all that. So again, even the stations themselves, I remember many years ago, if I wanted to collect data, for instance, I had to drive around and go to all my stations to collect the data. But today, uh, electronically, I can get all that information automatically because the stations are connected through the internet to the head office. So all that is part of the new e-commerce that we have to deal with.
So tell us, to what extent would you say that professionals in the sector are leveraging technology?
Well, again, like I said, it's a function of the state of the development of technology in the industry. The fact that we have not had a fully competitive industry has made it very difficult for the technology adoption to be, it's slower than it should have been. Um, so those examples I've given already show the extent, but definitely it could have been much more than where we were today if we were in a fully competitive environment. But there's a lot of potential for the future, especially if we go the way of having a fully competitive market.
Okay, so how do you think that professionals can ride on the new wave of, data-driven age to thrive, and stay ahead of the curve?
Well, it's just about adopting those things in the industry. When you have a situation where you need to do better or compete with, other players in the industry, then the likelihood is that you are going to adopt new techniques and new ways of running the business. So, if I offer my customers a lot of things that makes the buying experience easier, then more people will adopt it, especially younger people these days who are more computer savvy. So to attract such customers, you must be in a position to offer them technology-driven services, things that they can easily adapt to. If I'm sure in the next 5-10 years, a company in our industry that doesn't have different payment options or have apps will lose all this younger generation of customers because the old people will disappear.
Okay, so earlier you spoke about ESG and the environment. You also talked about climate change. So tell us, what are practitioners doing to encourage zero emissions before 2040?
Well, a number of things. Again, the level of adoption in Nigeria is still slow compared with the rest of the world. For instance, many countries of the world have started making use of what I would call low sulfur diesel. This is diesel that when it burns does not pollute the environment as much. Many countries have already adopted a much higher standard, but in Nigeria, even though we've talked about it a lot, we still have not adopted those standards. So definitely that is an area we can look at, because that helps to limit the amount of, negative diesel that is burnt in the country. Another thing we are looking at is what we call vapor recovery systems. I don't know whether you've noticed, but whether you are pouring petrol into a car or you are loading petrol from tanks into a petrol tanker, there are certain vapors that escape. If you stay back, you will see it.
Yes.
All those things are harmful to the environment because they go into the atmosphere and are part of what destroys the ozone layer. So in many advanced countries today, a lot of effort is put into what they call vapor recovery systems. So what they do is they make sure that none of those fumes goes into the atmosphere. But of course, it requires a lot of investment. And today, if you are operating in a price-controlled environment, there's no way you can recover the cost of investment in those kind of technologies to do that vapor recovery. So what we don't understand, although we as consumers want the petrol price to be as cheap as possible, but one of the implications of that is that new trends, new technologies that can make the whole environment safer and whatever, that cost money, people will not invest in those things because they are not able to recover it at the pump from. But I think as we move into greater competition, and when we get to, like in Europe, for instance, people would rather go and buy from companies that are investing in such things. So it's actually a competitive advantage for them to adopt those kind of technologies. Whereas we are in a situation where, please just give me cheap petrol, that is all I'm looking for. So a lot of it is a question of trends, moving with how things are going. And I'm sure as we evolve to that kind of environment, all the necessary investments in that area will start to be made.
Okay, so just before I let you go, tell us, who is Tunji Oyebanji?
I don't know who I am. Well, I'm somebody who has been in this oil and gas industry for a very long time. I won't tell you how long, because if I tell you, you will know how old I am. So a lot of my life has been in this area. I've had the opportunity to work in different parts of Africa, in Europe, in the United States. So I've seen a lot of the industry in many parts of the world. I've also had the opportunity to see a lot of changes that have taken place in the industry. I think I have a very deep knowledge of how the industry operates, not only in Nigeria, but globally. I have more or less worked for one organization throughout my career. I'm somebody who also likes to give back to society in terms of various organizations that I belong to.
Okay, so tell us, what inspires you as an oil and gas professional?
I think more than anything else, it's the need to keep improving, the need to make sure that I can keep to standards and raise those standards to much higher levels. Again, the ability to bring some of the things I've learned from my various opportunities around the world to bear in the industry in Nigeria. And I hope to continue to do that for some more time to come.
And just the last question I have for you today. What is your favorite mantra as an expert?
Customer is king.
Customer is king. And so you have heard it. Customer is king. We have been speaking with the Managing Director and CEO of 1&1 PLC. That's the much we can take on this episode of Marketing Edge on TV. I am Oluwabukola Omani. Bye for now.